This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening. I'm Sabrina Brown. Thank you for joining us. Topping the news tonight, the Progressive Liberal Party naming 4 candidates to run in the upcoming general election here on Grand Bahama. The candidates were ratified during a ceremony at the party's headquarters on Farrington Road in New Providence last night. Shashina Roll reports.
Veteran politician Obi Wolshcombe and Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama was once again ratified as the standard bearer for that constituency. With a grateful heart, Wolshcombe touched on the many accomplishments in this constituency.
We arrived in Bimini on the Bahamas Air's new plane. We landed in Bimini on a runway that has been extended by this government. We walked into the new terminal, been extended by this government.
Everybody clap your hands.
We went then on the ferry and went across the harbor, a harbor dredged by this government. And then we went to the hotel, a new hotel, the Hilton Hotel, built during the watch of this government. And then we went to the new harbor dock and we jumped on the Casarella, a new Defense Force vessel purchased by this government. And for the first time since 1968, we have a second high school being built in 8 Mile Rock because of this government.
Incumbent for Pine Ridge, Minister of Grand Bahama, Dr. Michael Darville, was ratified to run in Pine Ridge for another term.
The work on Grand Bahama has already been done. Thanks to the great effort of my colleagues and the Progressive Liberal Party, we have laid a solid foundation, and the people of Grand Bahama will give the PLP a next 5 years in governance.
A pastor and a newcomer to the political arena was given the nod for the East Grand Bahama constituency. Reverend Preston Cooper then shared his plans for the area.
I will ensure that each community has fire emergency response capabilities along with a fire truck. I will advocate for a fire station in East Grand Bahama manned by young men from East Grand Bahama who will be trained as certified firefighting officers. I will aggressively push for economic development in East Grand Bahama with particular emphasis on the transformation of the missile base infrastructure, which includes a 6,000 feet airport runway which can be used to transform Eastern Grand Bahama into a major commercial and tourism hub, thereby creating much needed employment for our people. I will elevate and expand the existing cultural festivals in East Grand Bahama.
But perhaps the most emotional part of the night came when Director of Sports on Grand Bahama, educator Norris Bain, thanked the nation's leader for his decision to ratify him as a standard bearer for the Marco City constituency.
5 years today, I turned you down. And you never, in 5 years, you never asked me why. Like a loving father, you stretched out your hands of love and mercy and forgiveness. And you said to me, you have a lot to offer this country. There was no substitute for the love you demonstrated to me. And for that, Prime Minister, I say to you, as long as you follow the principles and the precepts of Almighty God, I will stand with you and the Progressive Liberal Party.
The party is yet to decide on who will be selected for the Central Grand Bahama constituency. Shashina Roll, ZNS Network News.
The Minister for Grand Bahama speaking to the future of the Memories all-inclusive resort on the Lucaya Strip. The minister's comments refutes widespread reports circulating on social media. Hundreds of Bahamians employed at the Memories Resort remain in a state of uncertainty as that beachfront property remains closed following Hurricane Matthew. Reports are circulating that Memories could possibly pull out of the island. Minister for Grand Bahama Dr. Michael Darville addresses the issue.
I would like to assure the residents of Grand Bahama that through the efforts of the Ministry of Tourism and the Minister of National Insurance and Labor, we're working very diligently to ensure that the workers are taken care of, and at the end of the day, there will be no major displacement as a result of the delays that are taking place.
Minister Darville says he's disappointed that there has been such a long delay in the restoration process at Memories. However, he says progress is now being made.
The Hutchinson-Whampoa group of companies had their adjusters in to make the assessment of the extent of the damages. It is my understanding that that process is now finally completed. And so we're looking to move into the next phase, which is the restoration and to repair the facilities so that Memories and the company responsible for the restoration can get on with the repairs necessary and hopefully very shortly get the individuals back to work.
The Grand Lucayan Resort also remains partially closed. Minister Darville gave an update on the status of that property as well.
The same issue applies to the Grand Lucayan. The entire property is under the control of the Hutchinson-Whampoa group of companies, and the adjusters had to make their final determination. These are private properties, and it's very difficult for the government to get involved as far as the insurance claims are concerned as a result of the damage. But we're working very closely with our partners.
He says the government is working closely with stakeholders on the Lucayan Strip to ensure that the restoration is completed as quickly as possible. The minister notes that rebuilding Grand Bahama's tourism sector is a priority of the government.
I had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Miller from the Grand Bahama Tourism Board here on the island of Grand Bahama, and we intend to have other meetings along with the Ministry of Tourism to find a common denominator and to find a mechanism that we will be able to get people back to work and to begin to rebuild our tourism sector that sustained a severe blow as a result of Hurricane Matthew.
Police here on Grand Bahama are investigating a shooting incident that has left 2 young men hospitalized. Police tell us that a businessman and his son were at their establishment on East Beach Drive shortly before 10 o'clock last night when they observed 3 males on the property. 2 of the men reportedly approached the businessman, who then discharged his licensed shotgun, hitting both men in the lower body. They were taken to hospital and are listed in guarded condition. The businessman and his son are assisting police with their investigations into this matter. In other news, the 4th annual Grand Bahama Industrial and Technical Career Opportunities Fair taking place this morning at the Grand Lucayan Resort. Students from various high schools were able to hear firsthand about employment opportunities from 19 companies on the island. Megan Shepard reports.
The Ministry of Grand Bahama hosting the annual Career Opportunities Fair, giving senior students an opportunity to interact with and be exposed to various companies on island. Employees spent the morning explaining their fields of work to the future workforce. Students of Mary Star of the Sea Catholic Academy say this initiative helps open their eyes to their options.
I would like to do engineering, electrical engineering, and I also interested in construction. That's my field, and I'm very practical. I'm a hands-on person.
The Freeport Harbor was a good choice for me, mainly because of my profession. The Grand Bahama Power Company was also good with their display of their different plans.
It's an interesting career fair. I visited Bahama Rock, the power company, the National Trust, and the apprenticeship program. Well, at first I was interested in majoring in accounts, but now I'm trying to see, walking around here, if there's something else on the island or more industrial and technical that I could do.
Senior Christopher Smith of Bishop Michael Alden has made a decision regarding his future career. He says he was able to make contacts with those in the field.
I've gained knowledge on the types of civil engineering that is done in Grand Bahama, from Bahama Rock and also the Port Authority in construction with the Sir Jack Haywood Bridge that was recently built, and then the amount of dry docks that are needed to be built for the new harbor that is being made. And then I learned a little more from the shipyard, so it expands my knowledge on what is needed to be done in the country.
Students of Grand Bahama Academy also finding the career fair helpful. They say the companies attending were very informative.
The first booth I went to was Bradford's Marine. I'll be doing my job training there. And basically I just was asking about my career path and if it would make more sense to go there or search around different areas. And he was very informative. He helped me and he told me that it would be the place.
I'm interested in the maritime sector, and I believe that the career fair, it opens up doors for students such as me that want to excel in paths that are not really common in the Bahamas.
Companies included those from the industrial sector, medical field, uniformed branches, the Bahamas National Trust, and many others. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Thanks, Megan. Several other entities partnering to provide industrial training for high school students. The Technical Educational Center, in conjunction with the West Grand Bahama Youth Development Association, Professional Business Services, and the Hawksbill Community Development Association, will host a tech prep program every Saturday for all senior high students. Co-founder of TEC, Fred Delancey, says a small fee will be charged and transportation will be provided for students in 8 Mile Rock and from the downtown area.
RootsNet is introducing a tech prep Saturday program for junior and senior high school students. Through this program, young people will be introduced to careers which are available through technical education, namely welding, carpentry, electronics, diesel mechanic, auto mechanics, computer technology, barbering, cosmetology, and nail technology, among others, basically. And these young people will be exposed to practical, mostly practical applications in these areas, and we have engaged the services of some professional, local professional technical people here in Grand Bahama.
Partners Selena Hall Clinton and Charlie Robbins say this initiative gives students hope and a chance to be exposed to new opportunities.
The aim of the Tech Prep program is to make sure that those persons who want to be able to help themselves, that there's an avenue for them. And so we're Mr. Delancey, along with the Tech Prep program underneath RootsNet, they devised a program that is cost effective, but also able to impart the knowledge and the skill sets that the community need, the business community is looking for.
A lot of kids feel like if they don't get that 3 BJC and that high school diploma that they fail. But here, Mr. Delancey come up with the idea again to say, no, you didn't fail. You might not pass that BJC, you might not gotten your high school diploma, but there are certificates program and there are jobs out there await you. So here again, we are here to give those kids that will be graduating, because you could graduate from all the high school, boys and girls. There's another opportunities that await you to be able to come out here on Saturday mornings and be able to enhance your skills.
Stay with us, there's more news after this.